Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about how ionic compounds are named using IUPAC nomenclature. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is ionic compounds.
Yeah. So quick reminder, that means that we're talking about a metal and a non-metal. That's our ionic compound. And then binary,
Okay.
that's what we're doing. We're doing ionic binary naming.
So I know a bicycle has two wheels, so
Uh-huh.
binary is going to be two elements?
That's right.
Okay.
Two elements.
All right.
So we're talking about compounds here, ionic compounds.
Okay. So, we got to remember which one's the cation and which one's the anion. How do I remember which one's positive?
Well, usually the metal is the
Okay.
positive one.
All
Okay,
right.
because metals like to give away electrons.
Right.
And so whenever they're bound together, the metal will be the positive one, and then the non-metal will be the negative one.
Okay.
Will be the anion.
So the cation is going to be the positive ion, the metal, and the anion will be the negative.
Non-metal, yeah.
Right.
The negative one.
Right.
That's right.
So, let's work an example for naming this. We have NaCl.
My favorite one.
Yes.
Table salt.
Table salt.
NaCl will be our first example. And Na will be positive 1. Na is the metal. And it gave away 1 electron to chlorine. So now chlorine is negative 1. So those are the charges on them, the oxidation numbers.
Okay. So we've given you guys a little formula or a little flow chart for naming these. So we're going to start at the very top up here.
There you go.
Does it begin with a transitional metal?
No, which is great.
No.
Because those don't follow any rules ever.
So in case you need a reminder, it says groups 3 through 12, so we're not in those groups.
That's right.
So we're here. Does the formula contain a polyatomic ion?
Ooh, what the heck is that?
That poly means many, atomic means atoms, so an ion, something that's positive or negative, that has a bunch of atoms in it.
That's right.
So no, we don't have that.
We haven't gotten really, we'll talk about those a little later on, but those are like NH4 and some of the the ions that are always together.
Okay. Are both elements non-metals? No.
Otherwise we wouldn't be talking about ions, right?
Right.
Compound.
So now, name the first element, then the second element ending with an I.
Let me get that out of there. There you go. Okay.
So, calcium bromide is sodium chloride is an example. Tin 4-fluoride. Those are all examples of this. So what's our first element?
Sodium.
Sodium. What's our second element?
Chlorine.
Chlorine.
Oh look,
so
it's right there.
There it is. Sodium chloride will be the name. We change the ending to IDE.
So for this, we put sodium. We name the first element. And it's fine just as is. We don't have to change anything about it. And then
name
the second
element
will have an "ide" ending. IDE. Sodium chloride.
Right.
Table salt.
Very good.
Cool.
So, what's our next one we're going to talk about? CaF2.
Calcium. Got that one. I recognize that. And then the big F. What's that one?
I think that's fluorine.
You're right. Okay.
Okay. So let's look at our flow chart here real quick.
All right.
So starting at the beginning.
First things first.
Not a transitional metal.
Phew. That's lucky.
It's in group.
Well, calcium is in group 2.
Group 2. So
no.
Is it polyatomic ions? If there's something with a charge with a bunch of atoms in it? No.
Nope.
Both elements are nonmetals? No. Name the first element and then the second with an IDE ending.
All right.
So we've got calcium, which are our first element. And then fluorine's our second one, but we're going to change it to fluoride.
Okay, that seems simple enough. So we're going to say calcium. And then fluorine will become
fluoride.
All right, cool. That doesn't seem hard.
No, it's not. If you flip the page in your packet, you should see some guided practice problems for you to try. So go ahead and pause the video now and try to do K2O and MGS, and we'll work them together with you after you've tried that. So pause it now if you haven't already. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we got here. So,
All right, well, we got potassium and we got oxygen. Okay.
So we just name our first metal again.
Yep.
We went through our flow chart, got to the same place again, and we get potassium, and then oxygen is going to turn to oxide.
There we go.
Okay, and then we've got magnesium and sulfur. So magnesium will stay magnesium, and sulfur will turn to sulfide. And that is it.
Wow. That's pretty
easy.
simple.
Yeah. All right. You've got some practice to try on your own now.